What's poppin', everybody? It's a Saber Fighter 4 back with a TCG match in Standard with Ancient Salamence or Roaring Moon EX. I've been having a pretty big problem with YouTube recently. The restricted mode going on and off all the time, my location changing. I don't know why this is happening. I have an idea, but I don't know. Is this a bug with YouTube? Is this just something for me? I mean, you guys can tell me in the comments, but it's been insane. I've tried cookie settings, I tried signing in and out of Google, all sorts of shit. I use Firefox, but I checked how things would be with Google Chrome as well. It's the same problem. It's annoying because I do watch stuff that I guess would be considered mature on YouTube, or just stuff that they would want to just censor, but shadow ban, let's say. And I do notice it. Maybe I guess if you don't watch more mature stuff, you're not going to have this problem. Maybe you don't even know if you got restricted mode on, but it's pretty annoying. Anyway, open up with Luminion V, the worst opening Pokemon we can open with in this deck. So this thing is useless. I got a second one, of course, but it still sucks. And this is going to be an easy picking for my opponent as well. At least if you want to get this dude on your board and sort of get that risk of committing those two prizes easy when they pick on it. You want to get his effect off at least, but that's one of the drawbacks of Luminion V. It was the same with Tabulele GX and even more so with Jirachi EX from Black and White. Alright, now I'm gonna get my tool and I'm gonna use, we're gonna use Greninja. Let me just discard draw, add 2 darkness energies in hand, see what we get first, and then I'll see what I'm going to grab with the seal stone. We get the Salamence, that's good, so that's something that I can put my tool on and use Dark Patch. Trekking Shoes for the Cyclizar, we don't need that now, and I do get a supporter. Perfect. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to use Luminion V with the Seal Stone and just use this to get a Nest Ball. That's not so great, but it is what it is. We got to get that set up, get that deck thin in at the end of the day. And I'm going to get the Bonnet because from the looks of things, this is going to be a Gardevoir deck. And Gardevoir, even though it's Gardevoir EX, they like to use the Stage 2 regular Gardevoir as an attacker. And I can't be trading that with Salamence, a 2-price Pokemon for a 1 price. So at least if we can use the Mushroom a little bit, just to get at least 1 attack off, it might be good. I get another Roaring Moon down, and I'm going to pass the turn. I could have used Bonnet's ability since I got the tool on, but there's no point. It's probably going to hurt me more than him. And it's going to make use of my Stadium, sadly, and get a tool, the Luxurious Cape, which I think is a terrible tool. It's going to give a regular Pokemon 100 more HP, so it can turn, you know, the Stage 2s and Stage 1s into more respectable Pokemon that they should have been without the tool. But then it just lets your opponent get another prize if they kill it, so it pretty much turns them into rule box Pokemon without really any of the benefits. So I think it was a shit card. Just to add insult to injury. They make the regular Pokemon so bad, and then they print a card that could help them, and it doesn't work. Crazy. I mean, we got that other charm thing that gives 50 HP to basic Pokemon. I mean, I guess these Stage 1 and Stage 2 EXs can make use of that, but we ain't got nothing for the Stage 2s that can just gain a lot of HP or something for help. Anyway, so my Salamence is almost ready. I just gotta find a way to retreat. The Luminion out of the way, get another energy, and then start attacking. Gardevoir decks are the type of decks that they do need a few turns to get going, but when they do set up, they're pretty strong. They're good mid to late game decks because as long as they got the Gardevoir EX, they can have an endless supply of energies from their discard pile and dish out high damage easy. And if they get those Curlias to have a few of those around too, then they can draw additional cards per turn, you know, see what they need, dig up the boss's order. So depending on what you do, they can dig up an answer and be ready to attack. So they can be dangerous decks. I mean, they're still being used for a reason. I think I saw on Twitter, or X, I suppose. I'm always going to call it Twitter. PokeStats, event coverage, and I think 2 Gardevoir decks were in the top 8. So it's still doing something. Alright, get another tool, and well, I'm going to use Greninja. I guess what I can do is use Sada's Vitality, power up my guys, just barely, and go for the manual attachment to get rid of the Luminion out of the way. Not exactly what we want to do, but since I've opened with it. And I'm going to use these Salamence, at least get a prize without having to discard a stadium. And, I mean, what else should we do? I got a lot of cards in hand, but for now I think I'm just going to keep it like this, not do anything. We've got attackers down, we have a bunch of energies. The important stuff is being able to deal with the Gardevoirs. Okay, so I see a boss's orders. Now that could be good. One of the benefits that I got is I'm quite certain Gardevoir is weak to darkness, the big EX. So if they get it out, if this person gets it out and then I pull it with boss's orders, it's going to be pretty sweet. So grabs the psychic energy with the fog crystal. And I mean, I think when this card rotates out, when Chill and Rain eventually rotates out, this deck is going to lose a lot of power, I suppose, because it's just a good card. Lets you get psychic energies and get the Routses. But I mean, it's how it is. A lot of decks are going to lose power. It's just how it is with rotations. Gardevoir is out. It's this full art or trainer gallery one, as they call it, with Diantha in the background. And I mean, he's gonna need a lot of energies to kill me with 290 HP. It won't be easy for Gardevoir to do it, but it's possible. Or I think they just max out at 270. Otherwise, you're gonna kill the Gardevoir, and you can't do that. We'll see. I just want to be surviving. That's the point. As long as I survive, it's good enough. And then I can just kill the Gardevoir back, or just kill the Gardevoir EX. That will work out too. So it's going to put a bunch of energies on my guy. And, or his guy. So 6 energies. So that would be around 240 damage, not around exactly. And that's a lot of damage for sure. I mean, if it wasn't for the tool, I'd be dying. So hopefully he doesn't have any lost vacuums. I'm going to take this opportunity to use the lady, gather our darkness energies, and this way I can make use of the Ultra Ball too, discard them, get something. I mean, the only thing that's left is Roaring Moon. So I'll get the final one, put the tool on you, and then hopefully power them up on the next turn. We don't have any Sadas, but I hope I just see one. My deck is pretty thin. I've only used one. I still got Greninja. Maybe we should use that. And I got all of my tools down, so the stadium is sort of just going to stick around now. Okay, so kill the Gardevoir, and maybe next turn we'll use the boss's orders. Or just leave it. I don't know. I mean, I'll see what this guy does. I mean, now there's only one Kirlia and the Gardevoir EX, so he needs to get more of his guys down. Otherwise, you know, if I do pick on the Gardevoir EX, while he doesn't have any other Kirlias or Routses, then he won't be able to get both of the necessary Pokemon out for the combo. So he has to get basic Pokemon down. I mean, without the Gardevoir EX, the regular Gardevoir isn't really a threat. Okay. What are you gonna do? It doesn't look like he's doing that much. I mean, you're struggling. I mean, you thinned your deck quite enough. You used up a candy, just one. Used up a bunch of stuff. It's got that future supporter in there too. Not quite sure what the point of that card is in there. Gardevoir comes out once again. Shining Arcana, get your free cards. I mean, I'm in a pretty good position, I have to say, because, you know, we got the first attack, got the kill on the Manaphy, got the kill on the Gardevoir. So if he kills the Salamence this turn, he's just gonna be getting even with me in prizes. But we have a decent enough lead, and he's gonna go for Counter Catcher, pick on the Luminion. That's a bit strange, actually. He's gonna go for the Iono or Iono, as it's supposed to be the correct name, and plays the Scramble Energy. That's not the name, but that's what I call it, old school. And he did get rid of my Stadium for the Artisan. It gets a Pokemon down, but it's the Cresselia. So I think he must be low on the routes. Maybe one is prized. He hasn't taken any prizes. So that's good for me. I mean, we know that one is in the discard pile and the other two are down. That's really going to be the key to my victory. But I gotta see the boss's order. Puts supporters back in the deck with Pow Pad. And with the Eono, I mean, I lost the boss's orders. I won't be able to pick on the Gardevoir EX unless we see it. But the point of his play was, I guess, to just get 2 prizes. But I didn't really understand that. I mean, the Salamence is now alive. He's gonna have to pick on it again. So I'm gonna discard Salamence with the Earthen Vessel. We're not gonna get any more of these guys down. Gather a bunch of Darkness Energies and use the Trekking Shoes. So Dark Patch, I'm gonna get this. Gotta get this. And go for the Greninja too. So didn't see boss's orders, didn't see Sada. Kinda sucks a little bit, and there's nothing left in the deck to grab. I mean, at this point, I just want to see my power cards, you know, the Sada, the boss's orders. I'm good with energies, but gotta use that. So let me just use the Arven. I'm only going to be able to get a tool, and I suppose might as well get a Dark Patch. That works. And I'm gonna poison your ass too, even though it's pointless, but just do it. Dark Patch on the Salamence, and I'm good. Right now I'm looking good, especially because we powered up the Bonnet as well. You know, that's a 1 prize attacker, so attacking this and killing it doesn't really help him out much. He still has to kill 2 EXs. I get Luminion from the prizes. Okay, now that's good. This is something that I'm going to use next turn and finally kill that Gardevoir EX. So he gets our routes down. So that must have been from the prizes. That's what I think anyway. So he does have another one. I guess he'll use the Cresselia to finish off the other Salamence this turn. So it seems like he planned things out in a way. But if I kill the Gardevoir EX, he's going to be in trouble. I'm going to be down on 1 prize. And that routes, even if it evolves into Gardevoir, it'll be pretty much helpless. So he goes for it, sniping the Salamence down. Fine. But all I gotta do now is just target down the Gardevoir EX. It just makes the most sense. Yeah, I mean, killing the Cresselia, it'd be pointless since I got the ability to play around it. So boss's orders, too good to pass up. It's gonna be my key to victory here. Won't be any tricks. I mean, only one route's down. You can't get both of the Gardevoirs. So I'm gonna have to retreat, unfortunately, the Bonnet and lose a lot of energies. But we're basically securing the game here. I should get by with this Salamence. I mean, I'm killing the Gardevoir. 440 with the weakness, so yeah, that does make a difference. But we get 2 more prizes, only 1 kill left, and whatever he does now, I think he can't really do much. I suppose maybe Gardevoir with the scramble and then picking on the Luminion, maybe that would do it, but perhaps it's unlikely. And he grabs a Curlier too. Are you not even going to be able to get a Gardevoir out? He has to, I mean. He has to do something major, but I don't think he'll be able to. I mean, if it wasn't for the weakness, I was going to be doing like 220 on the Gardevoir, or I was just going to, I mean, yeah, if I used gouging, it could have been dangerous, perhaps. Maybe it would have been enough if the Gardevoir EX would have been dead. But it gets another Gardevoir EX out, so yeah, that wouldn't work. If I used the gouging, I would have lost. But the weakness sort of helped us out. I mean, 220, the Gardevoir is hurt. He was going to retreat it. I think it had an energy on, so he would have been able to retreat it and not really let it die. But I had to make that play, take advantage of the weakness, and just secure the game. I mean, he's not doing anything here. He used N or Iono, but you know you lost. Accept your fate. So just staring all day at the cards isn't going to make a difference. I mean, he puts an energy on the Gardevoir, but you can't promote that. Cresselia is useless, is not going to do anything, and he finally just surrenders and gives up. So that's GG for us. Hope you enjoyed this match. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What up?